Check. There we go. Evening, guys. Welcome to HOR Season 11. We are at the Spanish Grand Prix for the 5th round. Adam was joining me, but I believe he's got a power cut. So, for the time being, it will just be me. He might be around at some point today, but I'll find out. So yeah, Spanish Grand Prix will be an interesting one. Weather can always be a bit funny here as well. So hopefully it's dry for the lads tonight, and hopefully it's a good watch for everyone at home. I will just go through a few points while I'm here before everyone gets started anyway. I will also check audio quickly before anything else. That should be okay, we'll check it as the cars go through anyway. So yeah, it looks like people are readying up and we're starting now anyway, so we'll get going. Let's find the table while everything loads. We're back to the original format as well, just a short quali with the 50% race. Last week I saw the first sprint, which was very interesting for both races. Yeah, Connor did very well last week. He won both the sprint and the feature race as well, so he doubled his points. He's moved into third, 1 point above Cameron. He's on 96, Cameron's on 95. Jenson still leads the way though, with a podium at every race we've had so far. He's been in the top 2 actually for the last 4, so we'll see if he can continue his fine form. Evening everyone, evening Chris Stapps. Chris Stapps had a bloody great race on Monday. For anyone who hasn't seen Monday's stream, he had a very, very good race. So well done to him. He's racing tonight as well, actually. So see if he can put himself in top 10 possibly with these guys. I know a few of these struggle with quali as well, so he might have a good chance here. I'll get everything loaded for everyone. So yeah, at the moment, well yeah, Jenson I said was winning. Macho's actually in second, he's 25 points behind him. And then another 17 back is Connor and Cameron, so Smalley's back on 74, Med TC and Ranger on 71. Rage is having a good start to the season with these guys as well. Evening Stephen. Might be slightly too loud, I will check. I'll just have a quick flick through the sound. There we go, we'll get back. That might be too low now. That sounds about right. You're never too loud. We'll stick on with Charlie actually. He's had a few interesting qualies this season already. I think he hasn't finished a race though. It would be nice to see him finish one. He's got good pace. He's on the mediums. He's just invalidated at turn 1 actually, so we'll see if there's that nick. He's on an outlap. We'll pick up Jensen, he's just started his lap. JNTEX and Liam are the only other ones who have gone for a medium compound at the moment. See how Jensen gets on though. He usually sets the pace if he puts in a solid good lap anyway. He looked alright going through sector 2 there anyway. It's hard little sector that. Going up that hill you can lose a lot of traction, especially around that right hander as well. It's very slippery, you catch too much of that outside curb and you going into that wall. Hello Mike. Is Mike racing tonight? JNTEX looks fastest lap at the moment, 1:18.0, it was on a medium. But as you can see, I think Jensen will definitely be pushing a 15 here. Or 15.8, 1:15.8. It's a good lap from him. You see Fisico there puts up 1:16.5 on a soft compound. Chris is through sector 1 with a purple sector. Liam there's put up a 1:16.4 on a medium compound. There is about a 5-6 gap between them, so that's quite a good lap there from Liam. Chris Dapp's there, he puts up a 1:17.1 for now. Mattman 1:17.7. Chris is looking alright though through the first couple of sectors. I think he'll definitely be trying to put it on the front row tonight just to see. He's definitely got the pace, he had the pace last week. Almost lost it coming through sector 3, but he managed to hold it. He probably would have lost a tenth, maybe in a half or two. He invalidated his lap there actually as well, it was unlucky, it looked quite good. Macho, he's practicing, he's also just going round. He'll be alright because he hasn't DNF'd. Charlie, a different Charlie. I don't know if he's changed his name or if he's someone new, but he's done a 1:16.8, so he's right up there with Fisico at the moment. Smalley's just done a 1:16.1 on the soft compound as well. I think a lot of these guys will be definitely pushing into the 15s though. Mr. Rage doing very well actually in OTO on Mondays. He's definitely got good pace and he puts it on third at the moment with 1:16.3, so that's a very good lap from him as well. Nick's just put up a 1:17.3. Rage did a 1:16.3, sorry. Nick's done a 1:17.3. It's quite a big gap actually forming. Liam's done very, very well on that medium compound though. Compared to some of these other guys who are coming through the end of their lap, I think Snell Larry might just be easy invalidated his lap anyway. MedTC's done a 50.1 through sectors 1 and 2. Is Lewis racing? Yeah, he is. He's in the pit. MedTC's just done a 1:15.8, so he's almost matched Jensen's time. Cameron's done a 1:15.8 as well. So it's not even half a tenth covering the first. Well, there was. Okay. So Connor's just done a 1:15.5. He's knocked 2.5 tenths off of Cameron's time, so he's definitely put a solid lap in there. I was going to say that Cameron to Med, there was only half a tenth between those three guys before Connor done his lap. Brilliant lap from Connor. Pelly snuck in there with 1:16.5 as well. I see someone who's on the lap. Snarl Larry had a first invalidation. He's actually 5 seconds off of what he was previously through there. Clarkie's on a fast lap. Another driver he's got good pace. I think he just gets caught up in a few incidences. He had a very good race this season already. I think he just made a little mistake on when to pit off his mediums, but apart from that, he has done quite well as well. Yellow flag in sector 1. That's one of the Mercedes. That could be Charlie. Clarkie's put it 10th. He's done a 1:16.7 on the soft compound, so we'll see if Liam's on an outlap. He's got the soft compound on now, so I don't think he feels like the medium is a good one to start on. We'll see where Lewis is. He's in sector 1 on an outlap anyway. And that wasn't actually Charlie, that was Liam who was going slow through sector 1. I think he was just letting cars past anyway. We'll see if Nick's on another lap. He is actually up by 2.5 tenths. That it'll move him up 1 spot. You can lose and make a lot of time coming out of that last little sector there, so he might have gained a bit more. He's gained 6 tenths out of it. That's 8.5. It's moved into 8 on 1:16.4. That's a good lap from him. Sean Larry coming through sector 3. 4.8 seconds up. So at the moment he's moving to a 1:20, which is still quite slow, but no, 1:60. Yeah, he made up a lot of time there. 1:16.4. He's put himself 9th. He has done 4 laps on those softs though, so I think he'll be coming back in, and you would hope he beats that. He should do. A lot of these guys might just be practicing. Lewis is on the lap anyway. We'll see how he's getting on. He's chosen a medium compound. Sector 1 or 120, a 21, sorry. He's got a few cars in front of him, but I think a couple of them are on outlaps. Jensen is on another lap. I don't know if he's just pulled over there. Yes, he had, so he might have invalidated his lap there. Chris is on that lap. We'll catch up with Chris because he hasn't put up a time yet. Unlucky on his first lap. Lewis and JNTEX usually have great battles in this league actually. Lewis has got 1:17.4 on mediums. I think even Mattman and Chris Stapps from OTL, they're in this league, but they have their own battle, and they get lucky sometimes with a few mistakes from the fast lot or a safety car with no penalties. But they do keep up, especially at the beginning of the races. They're not too far off. Probably a second, at most 2 at the moment, but then on different tracks, I'd say most of them are within a second and a half at least. Chris coming through sector 3 anyway, on soft compound. See if he can get it at least into a 1:15 there, put himself up into that top 6 drivers. He's got 1:16.0, so he's just fallen outside, which is put him 1,000th behind Liam actually. Liam is on he's 9 seconds plus. Mid-TC on his second run, he's actually up by 1.7, so this could move him definitely up into second. Macho's just put it up into second actually, I missed that. Macho put it up into second. Smalley also improved to a 1:15.8 there as well. There's 4 drivers at the moment on that 1:15.8. I think Med's just about the top of 1:15.6 possibly. 1:15.74, so he's put himself 3rd actually. He's 200ths behind Macho. It must have been a good lap from him. I did miss it. Cameron's up by 0.5 tenth as well coming through the last sector. 0.5 tenth at the moment will move him up at least 1 place. If he can find a 10th, that'll move him up 2. He has gone slightly wide and he's going to come into the pit anyway. Jensen's had issues in sector 1 as well. He's up by 2.5 seconds. Chris is up by 2.5. Oh, Charlie goes slightly wide there. He's not going to improve this lap anyway. I can see Connor's on a lap actually. See if he's up. He's up by 4 thousandths through sector 1. So he possibly might improve. It's going to be very close though. He is at the moment just over 10.3 in the lead. But I think a few other people have got some time there. He's just invalidated that lap actually. But he was coming through sector 2, just a half a tenth under, so unlucky for Connor. He should have enough time for another run anyway. Catch somebody who's not in the pit, who we haven't actually looked at. Snow Larry's still on invalidation. Charlie, the other Charlie in the Alpha Tauri, I'm not sure where he sits in this. I'm not really sure who he is, but we will find out. He's in that 116 with from 8th to 8, 10 drivers, 11 drivers, so he's not far off the pace anyway. Connor Macho and Cameron and Jensen have shown a lot of pace this season. Even Med TC's been up there. Smalley's had a few issues, but I knew from last season he had a lot of pace. Charlie went slightly wide there, but it's given it easy. I think I've just seen a comment digged at me about Monday. Yeah, guys, don't forget, when you go in the pit, there is a 6. We'll try and see actually if someone pits David. I'll show you. Here you go. You can see on the left here, there's a little 6-inch board just there. You just missed it actually. It almost took his wheel off. Oh dear. That wasn't nice. There it is again on the left. Horrible piece of bit of concrete. Ended me on Monday. Slightly funny. See if Mr. Rage can improve though. He's in the top 10 actually at the moment. Like I said, he's done very well in this. He's going to come into the pit. 3.5 minutes left. Cameron's just started a lap actually, so we'll stick with him. If I think Macho's also on a lap. He's in front of him. We'll check their sector times. 21.5. I'm going to miss Cameron's now. We'll stick with Cameron. Unless Macho can improve through sector 2. I move quick enough to be able to see it. He's only just up with 49.9. Cameron looked absolutely flat out going through that corner as well. They're both on exactly the same time. Cameron's actually up by a tenth, just over a tenth. Macho needed to find, he had a bad exit just then coming out that second last corner, so I don't think he's going to improve on his time. He's going to peel off anyway. Cameron should improve. He was up by a tenth, and he's got a drag off Physico here, which won't be today. He's actually invalidated his lap, I've just noticed. But I reckon that would have been quite a decent lap there. Let's try and catch the guys who are coming in nearer to the end of their lap. Med TC, don't think he improved. He just started another lap. Liam's still trying to get a soft run pulled together as well. Chris is near the end of his lap. He's up by 2.8 tenths, so he could move up into the top 6 here. Even the top 4, they're all so close up there. 1:15.60. He put it on second actually. That's a great great last sector from Chris there. He found another couple of tenths just in that last sector. So he's improved greatly. He's only 700 behind Connor there, so try and find someone who's on a validated lap near the end of their laps. See if Nick's, a lot of these cars have just actually started their laps. I think Liam was near the end of his. He's up by just over a tenth and a half. So he could move up into 4th here, or 7th, same time. Look how close they are from 5th actually, all the way down to, messes with my times. Everyone's out on track almost anyway. I think a few of these are going to improve. Jensen's up by half a tenth through sector 1. Liam did sneak in front of him just then, so I think he'll want to try and find a good 3 tenths here. We'll see him close to Connor. He's going to have to be near a 49 here, though. 49.8, he's up by almost a tenth. He'll definitely jump up at least 2 spaces. A lot of people have been finding at least a tenth in this last sector, though, so if he can definitely put it on that front row. Looked like he had a good exit there as well. This could be close to a 1:15.6, 1:15.5. He actually puts it on pole. He found a lot of time in that last sector again. These guys are finding absolutely loads of time. We'll come to Conor near the end because he's just started his lap. A lot of these cars are just coming through the end. Mattman's actually stopped at the end of the last sector. I think Fisico might be in front of Mr. Rage here, but he might be up as well. Qualifying finished for Jensen and Chris, actually. They've done very well, those two. Mr. Rage improved by 2.5 tenths. He's put it 9th at the moment with 1:15.8. Conor has crashed in Sector 3, so he won't be improving his time. Macho's on an invalidated lap as well. Smalley's looks like he's going to improve on that, actually. It's a 1:15.5. He's put himself second. Wow, a 7 thousandths behind Jensen so far. I don't think anyone else is actually on the lap. Everyone else is either finished or retired. So that is quali, and that is a very, very tight quali. 3 people all on the 5 tenths there. Jensen takes pole by 7 thousandths to Smalley with 1:15.5. Conor there is at 3rd. He was only 300ths back, and then just a 10th back would be Chris in 4th. Macho's not far off him in 5th. Then Med TC is 6th. Cameron was in 7th. Liam was in 8th. Mr. Rage got a good 9th there. Fisico was in 10th. Mattman's got a great place there in 11th. Charlie will be in 12th, Nick will be in 13th, Sean Larry will be in 14th, but even down to 14, they're all within a second of each other. The first 10 cars are all within 4.5 tenths of each other, so this could be absolutely brilliant, this. I will finish the rest of the grid when I can see it. Charlie said he might have another 4 tenths. That would have put him right up with the rest. So if you can find that in your race pace, mate, you're definitely going to be up there in that massive train of cars. Whoever watched from... Oh, wow. Hello, Rain. That kind of dulls... Well, it's going to be an interesting race now. No one's going to have DRS, are they? Unless it brightens up. Hopefully we have some dry later on. Wow. So yeah, everyone. Well, this could be an absolute brilliant race then. I mean, like I said, those front guys were only within a second of each other, all the way down to 14th, 13th. So now it's raining. They won't be able to pull away as quickly as they can. A couple more mistakes might be made from some of the faster, like you could see people like Mattman here and Mr. Rage, possibly even Lewis and others, even Pelly back in 15th. Lewis was 16th, Kristaps 17th. He could even get there. Now it's raining. I think everyone's on inters, I believe. We will check that. No, they're on full wets. It's a full wets. Wow. Clarkey was 18th. The new Charlie was 19th, and JNTEX JNTEX will be 20th. Yeah, Rob. If Rob was here, you'd annoy Mattaman. Last season I think he spent a good 26 or 27 laps stuck behind Rob every lap. Couldn't get past because of the rain. It was brilliant for people to watch as well. Chris had a brilliant day then. I think there was a few cars around Rob as well. There's 2 behind him, 1 in front as well at some times. They were just battling for position. So hopefully today we can have pretty much the same. We'll see how these guys get on in the full wet though. Sector 2 is quite slippery around here. And with rain, it could be very interesting with these guys. We'll go to a position change for you guys from the start. Probably a bit easier. Hopefully nothing gets caught up. I don't really know about strategy here. They might be able to even... I wouldn't think they'd go to the end if it might brighten up. It looks like it might brighten up a little bit. That's his pit after that word. He's dickhead. Why? Why do people have to keep bullying me? Right, good luck to everyone anyway. There's a car actually, he might have spun, that might be Lewis. No, it's Chris Stats, just slightly behind the rest, but it's not exactly easy to get your tyres warm through that last sector anyway. It's very, very slow. We will sit on Macho here. I know he gets pretty good. Charlie, just concentrate. Oh, there you go. There's strategy. 2-stop or 3-stop. But it says wets all the way through. 33 laps of rain. I can't see the lights from there. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're off. And they were very quick lights. It looked like Jensen had a good start. Smalley's okay. Chris is going to... Oh, Connor's had a little wobble there. He's going to move back a few places. Chris had a great start there. He might even be able to match over on the outside of him now. Liam's just gone slightly wide there. There is a yellow flag. Connor lost a few places. He had a wobble off the start. There's a yellow flag. I don't know. No, it seems like we're racing again. The yellow flag's gone. Jensen did get away. Smalley as well. Macho moved up too. He had a great start off the line. Chris had a good start, but then he dropped back a couple of places. Connor's lost out on 3. Cameron's moved up 2. He's done well. Liam's moved up 1 as well. Fisico's up 2. So's Matt Man. He's into that top 10 range. Lost the position. Make sure everyone else gets up that hill okay. I think they have. I don't think anyone's going to be able to make a move from here. Not straight away anyway. But you can see already an absolute massive train forming. Jensen's kind of pulled away now already, 8/10 off of... Oh, and Chris has had a slight little wobble coming out that last sector. And he's going to lose out on a few positions here. Charlie's moved up 2 at the moment. Chris has had to wait actually. It's unlucky from him, but it's fair to him. Everyone was coming through that last sector, so there's not much he could really have done. Jensen's probably the fastest lap at the moment. He has almost pulled out a second gap over Smalley. He's pulled out another second off of Macho. So these guys are definitely trying to get out of the toe at least off this first lap and second lap. We'll see the pace difference that some of these do come with in the rain. I know these guys are fast, but look, Matt Man's up in 8th. He's had a great start at the moment. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. That is Pelly. We'll see if he's round or if he's crashed. No, he's just round and he's got going, so hopefully it's just the green flags now anyway. So Connor's the only one actually in the top 17 cars who has lost out. He just had that slight wobble. He's done alright actually to gain back a couple of place. I think he lost to Liam as well. Clarkie's done very well actually. He's up 5. He's behind... just behind this massive train of cars. Cameron's got past Connor there. He's made a move up the inside. Or is that Macho? Sorry, Cameron had got past Macho, but Macho took him back over. Connor's right behind him. Jensen's pulled that gap of a second. It won't matter anyway because it's raining, but at least the toe won't be as much as it can influence the cars to go a lot faster. Jensen's just now done a 1:34. We'll see with Cameron, as you can see, just sitting behind the car. He does get... Macho's running low on the ERS actually. We'll bring that up to see how people are getting on. Cameron's got 70 odd. Oh, I thought a light flashed when they had low ERS. Maybe not. Most of the guys are on 80 anyway. But you can see how close these guys are still. Rage is just sticking on the back of Mataman at the moment. Clarkie's now up 7. Ooh. I think he's alright, he just had a bit of a wobble there. Mr. Rage goes up the inside of Charlie there as well. Charlie will get the inside to the next corner. But they'll continue this probably all the way up to the S. Because Mr. Rage had a better exit coming out of there. Good racing from these two. I don't know if there was slight contact there, but it's still alright. What a great battle these two are going to have throughout this whole race. I can see them continuing this for the whole race, really. As Liam has got past Connor here. Oh, and Connor just got caught on his front wing there, but I think he's alright. Physico's coming up the inside of him as well. Connor's snuck back in front into that last corner anyway. Clark, he has got past Mr. Rage now. Smalley and Jensen have gone. They're 3.2 seconds in front of these two. And they've just completely gone off. Charlie and Nick both pick up 3-second time penalties for possibly corner cuts. It's raining. I didn't think many come up for wet, but some of these guys have already picked up some. That man, it's a shame he didn't pick up 3 on Sunday. 5 fine penalties there. Yeah, they're all 3 seconds, so these for corner cuts. Charlie's moving up. Oh, a few people have had issues. I don't know if Matman's round. Matman is round. Hash should switch. Possibly, although Rob, I'm not sure because Macho's had a lot of pace this season as well. Then if they pull a gap to Liam, that would be brilliant for both of them. But if Macho does feel Cameron is slightly quicker, in fact Cameron's just gone up the inside, so possibly heard or saw that and decided to swap round. Cameron might just be a bit quicker in the wet than Macho. Team orders coming into play. You can see there's a big gap forming behind Physico now with both the McLaren, both the McLarens have pulled away as well. Charlie's doing the right still though in 8th. Clarkie went slightly wide there, it looks. Not really sure. Mr. Rage is only down 1, but he hasn't had too bad of a start. He's just sitting in that gap at the moment. Charlie, this new Charlie, he's up 8. So we'll see if he can continue to push and if he can continue to catch Mr. Rage. Liam is right on the back of Macho at the moment though. I think he'll want to get past. Well, yeah, I think Rob was right, you know, because Macho's already lost 2 seconds to Cameron. He looks like he's flying. I think he's caught up. I don't think he's catching Smalley at the moment, but he's definitely pushed the gap on Macho, which won't be helping Liam, Connor or Physico behind, because Charlie will catch up with them as well. See how Lewis is getting on. He's side by side with Nick. Ooh, there's another car on the outside of him as well. I don't know if did they end up. I think everything was okay through there. Med TC snuck through there. JNTEX just picked up a 3-second time penalty as well for multiple warnings. So many cars in this little train behind as well. We'll go to Liam because he might be making moves down this straight on Macho. Macho's now lost another second to Cameron there, just in that last sector and a half. So I don't know if Macho's struggling, but Cameron's flying. He's just done a 1:30.2. He's just caught up half a tenth as well to Smalley since we last was on him. So he is starting to make a move. Smalley's 1.4 seconds behind Jensen. He's absolutely blown off. He's in a good position at the moment. Cameron's doing very well though. He's up 4. Nick lost it? Is Nick spun? We're trying to hatch it with Nick. He might have got a bit of wing damage. He had an issue going through the right hander. He might have just gone a bit wide. but he's back in the pool. Chris is, after that shaky start, he's not done too bad. He's actually moved up 5 places. He's up into 15th. He's going to try and go the long way around Schnarr Larry as well here. Sean Larry follow Lewis and Med TC for. He's got past Schnarr Larry here. He'll be looking to get past Lewis and Med as quickly as he can. They want to try and catch Charlie's catching up with Rage here, and Clarkie's already on the back of this group as well. So Macho is really holding these guys up. He's doing a good job for his teammate. He didn't lose too much time off his teammate that time, but still a little bit. But there you can see on the map, we'll try and get the mini map up. You can see how many cars are in this kind of straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. 1, 2. Then you got these at the back as well. Like I said, 12th to all the way back to 19th for sitting in this kind of train as well. So Mr. Rage, there might have been a problem with Matman actually. He's dropped to the back. I think he went round through sector 1. He was doing alright, but yeah, Mr. Rage isn't doing too bad at the moment. He just needs to try and catch up to this pack. Connor's going to make a move down the inside. That might have been slight aggressive. He pushed himself all the way out to the outside, but Cameron's got past Smalley's round. That's why Cameron's got past him. He's going to have to wait, I think, until at least he can go now. He's only lost out on 7 places, but he was definitely in a gap of his own. Cameron's now all on his own, and Jensen's now got almost a 4-second gap here. Smalley must have a few issues. I don't know if he's got a wing actually. Yeah, he does have a wing. I don't know if his tyres were cooked. There, he's really hard, especially in the rain, if you go off track, to try and get your tyres to just grip. It might take a good quarter, half a lap. See if any of these guys are going to make a move. I don't think Connor's now close enough to Liam. Charlie's the closest to someone, but if these guys, just like they're all on 70-odd% ERS, if they can just hold that, then I don't think it will be very easy for people to overtake going down that one straight, because they can't do it round corners very easily, unless someone makes a little mistake. Smalley's hunting down Mr. Rage now. He had a slight issue. Chris is moving up still. He's moved past Lewis. Hopefully going to hold with Med. He knows Med's got a bit of pace anyway, so hopefully those two can catch back up to Charlie. They're 5 seconds off at the moment as Smalley goes past Mr. Rage. I don't believe he probably would have let him past. He knows he's got a bit more pace. See if he can catch up to these front guys again, and he'll definitely drag. Is that Kristaps who's round? I think Kristaps was round. We also have Nick round as well. So Nick and I think Kristaps may have had an issue. Yeah, I think Mr. Rage just let Smalley pass because he knows he's got a little bit more pace. He can drag him along. He can drag him down this straight and try and get him to hold on to the back of these front 5 who are in this gap behind Macho. Macho's found a little bit of time on Liam actually. Clarkie picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But yeah, Macho's found a bit of time there. He's actually pulled a gap over a second now to Liam. Connor's lost a little bit of time, but they're all still within the second. I don't think anyone's close enough to do anything. Needing high wings here, it just kind of kills the chances of overtaking without DRS. I said it looked like it was going to be brightening up in this race. It looks actually worse than it was when we started. Fisico almost went there, I think. He's got Charlie and Clarkie now right on the back. Smalley's only 1.6 seconds behind. He's just made up another 0.2. Macho's still losing time to his teammate. Cameron can't keep up with Jensen at the moment though, but the fact that he's running in a good second by quite a distance, I don't think he'll want to push it too hard. Chris picks up his first 3-second time penalty. He does need to push MedTC. It looks like MedTC is slightly holding him up. Smalley will catch these guys soon, very quickly though. Connor's losing slight time, but I don't think it will bother him too much. This could all boil down to when people pit, especially in this mid gap from 3rd all the way down to 11th at the moment. It's only about 4 seconds to split these guys. Matman picked up a 3-second time back. That's the second one he's got. He is at the back though. He did have that spin quite early on, which I don't think's helped. He usually does well in the rain though. He has more traction in the rain than he does in the dry. As we see, Charlie's going to try and make a move here on Fisico, but he's going to have the inside line. Oh, he slight wobble there from Fisico. He's going to have the inside line anyway. See if he will be able to hold it up here as well. Charlie tried to give him a bit of a squeeze, but everything was very fair between these guys, which it always is every week, most weeks. See, Fisico's got 90 odd, now 80% ERS. When Charlie puts his on, he's just struggling to get past. Nacho's lost another second to his teammate there. Sean Larry's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. We'll see how they're going. Let's go JNTEX. Yeah, he's not doing too bad. He's up 4. He's still sitting on the back of quite a train, really, apart from that gap between Med and Chris. I think Chris may have had an issue there because he's lost a good 3 seconds to Med. But Lewis isn't too far off Chris here, which isn't too bad for him. Nick's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Charlie's still on this very, very tight gap to Fisico. He just can't seem to push past. And even like then, he just, in the dry, he probably could have popped around the outside of him then, but he's going to try and go up the inside again, as he know. Fisico does run wide, but Charlie just can't get the traction to pull through there and get past him. Clarkie's right on the back. Smalley's now joined these. Mr. Rage soon will be. He'll probably keep up with these. Charlie's doing very well actually. The other Charlie, he's moved up to 8 spots into 11th. He looks like he's still having a solid race. He's just moved up as people have made mistakes, or he had a good start as well actually. You keep an eye on him there at the end of the race. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. That might be Mataman. It is. He's still going, so that's okay. Kristaps picks up another 3-second time penalty. Some of these guys are now moving to 6. The bottom 3. Chris is on 6 actually. I thought he was only on 3. Cameron's sticking within that 5-second gap to Jensen, but Macho's lost another couple. I think the Haas boys did a very good job, what Rob said, for them to swap over. Cameron obviously had a lot more pace. There's a yellow flag in sector 2, I believe that might also... That's Nick, so Nick's going round again. And his tyres are completely gone, it looks like. He's struggling to get any sort of grip. Comms close, no. Fisico's dropped off these guys slightly. Only by a second, 0.7, but it's allowing Connor to kind of, and Liam to kind of get away, which is a good thing here, I think. I don't know if some of these are close to warnings or penalties, but I think that will come into it at the end. Clarkie already has 3. He'll need to look after his warnings. He won't want too many in that gap. Smalley's done well to recover from kind of what happened to him. He's just been stuck behind this train of guys. He's down to 7. He was running in second for quite a while, but had a little spin. I'll change the camera. Not many overtakes happening though, guys, obviously, because it is raining. I don't know if Connor's close, and no, I don't think he is. It looked a lot closer on that, but with this rain, there's just no way that these guys can seem to overtake. Charlie is pit. He's got 20 laps left. We'll see what tyre he's put on, actually. He's put the wet on. No, he hasn't. That's Chris. He's going for another wet. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be raining. He had wing damage, actually, so that's going to cost him quite a bit. He had a nice gap there in, I think he was 11th when he went in. Yeah, he was in 11th, so I think he might drop behind Med depending on when, yeah, I know, rain does make it worse. There's yellow flag in Sector 2, though. I don't actually know who that is. Is that JNTEX? No, that was someone they both just passed. That was Med TC. He's gone round. He was running in 10th then as well, so that was Pelly who's been caught up in this battle with JNTEX. Oh, Chris is retired. Chris is in the wall on the left there. You try and catch him on Chris Stapp's camera here. He's just in the wall on the left. He must have clipped that curb and it's just taken him just there into the left, ripped his tyre off. I would think there's a safety car. If there isn't, I mean, most of the leaders are away. Jensen and Cameron have already passed the pit, you can see. And there's the safety car call. Not even almost halfway. Safety car. It may drag out a bit of dry, maybe towards the end of the race, if it was going to be full wet. There's a little break in the clouds there through Sector 1, but that's just the game. It's a shame, though, for Chris. Few people have pit. We saw Charlie, he had to pit, actually. He put on wets. So's Lewis, so's JNTEX. All these guys are putting wets on, so I think, obviously at the moment it is full wets, but hopefully it does drag out a bit dry towards the end of the race. Interesting though, Matman still hasn't passed Chris. Is he a lap down? No. There he is. So no one's a lap down, so that's good. We'll check penalties while we're on a kind of semi-break here. Clarkie's got 6 seconds. Sean, Larry and New Charlie have 3. JNTEX has 3. Chris Stapps, Nick and Mataman all have 6. I would think every one of these will box. Maybe not. Ooh. Maybe not at all. Physico came in, so did Charlie. Ooh, and Clarkie had to rub down the wall because he outbroke himself. But Macho, Liam and Connor did not pit. Neither did Mr. Rage. He carried on going through. He's now into 5th. We'll see if everyone else is coming in. These guys at the back have already swapped from Charlie anyway. He won't pass Sean Larry. Oh, he might do actually. Possibly not. It'd be close, but yeah, everyone's pit apart from 4 people at the front who've stayed out in their wet. So I don't know if there is possibly dry weather coming. It seems a bit of a strange decision to me, unless the weather is dying down and Inters will be the fastest tyre towards the end. I don't know, but with the way it's looking, I would have thought wet tyres could do the remaining 17, 18 laps. Probably 16 by the time the safety car comes in. In fact, I've just seen a car who's in Sector 1. Who is that? Oh, it's Nick. So yeah, the safety car probably will be out for at least another 3 laps. by the pairs. I don't know if this was a great idea or if I'm missing something. Maybe Rob or someone who's watching can kind of help me out here to why Macho, Liam. So I wasn't looking at something which wasn't there. Mr. Rage has also done it. He stayed out on his full wets. It seems very interesting. Like I said though, this safety car is going to be out for at least, it's done one lap, this is the second. Nick's in sector 2, so this safety car is in sector 1, so I reckon we've got another 2 laps at least of this. It might even max out at 4 and then get going at lap 19, but we're almost halfway through this race. We will be more or less this lap. Jensen may have got a bit lucky here with Mr. Rage. I've just noticed has snuck in between him and Cameron. But his tyres, surely wet tyres, being 15 laps old, will not be able to hold up against a fresh set. I would think Jensen's getting past at least one of these. I would think they would go to the end on them. Well, on the original wets, oh wow. I would hope not. I wouldn't think they'd do. Surely wouldn't do 33 laps. We'll find out though. Not this lap, not next lap. We will find out. It's a very interesting strategy. Matman's been lapped, hasn't he? Yeah, Matman has been lapped. And he's actually snuck in between Jensen and Jensen Cameron as well. So right behind Mr. Rage is a lapped car, which isn't good for Cameron here. Even though Matman will ghost, he's still there, which won't help the restart. I am very confused though. Well, I will be back in about 3 minutes, guys. I don't think we'll be going anywhere yet, but if we are, I will keep it on Jensen because I feel like he's going to have an amazing start. One sec, guys. I'm back, guys. It looks like the safety car might be going in because there's a massive gap forming at the front of it. The Metro's leaving a little gap here, so cool. See where Metro goes. He's aligned really high up as well on this straight, so he might just want to get a... Oh, he's going round. And he is off track, which means a few of these can pass him and will pass him. Well, I'll jump to the front then, because they have gone. Liam's gone. Connor's gone. Jensen is right behind as well. He's left a big gap there to Mr. Rage. Cameron lost out as well there. Cameron just got... Oh, no, ignore the 5 seconds, I believe, because they will be for overtaking... the car that spun at the beginning. I'll let position sort myself out, but it looks like they haven't stopped yet. I think they're going to have to at some point. Something's happened there to Smalley as well, I believe. He may be round. He is. He's on the grass. Seafield's back in. He's moved into 17th. So a few people struggling with the restart here. Just higher temperatures or a few more. Charlie might try and make a move. He has gone for a deep lunge on Snarl Larry. It was a good move actually. Kept the corner quite well. Macho's dropped already to 7th. He's the one who went round actually, so he's doing alright to keep himself where he is. Liam's just done the fastest lap, 1:27.9. Cameron 1:27.95 now. So Cameron's trying to make a move and Mr. Rage there. I don't think these guys won't be close enough. Possibly if some of these guys are, he takes a lot of curb too there, that's brave. If these guys in front are going to the end, you never know because the pace is still there. Even in the rain, like you can see, it's just very, very hard to overtake. And it does look like it's actually getting a little bit worse. Looking at people's cameras here. Well, it bunched the field back up. It's made a hell of a train. We've already got a gap. Physico's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. I believe that might be possibly 6. Physico's on 8 actually, so no, 5 I believe will come off. So he's only picked up his first one there. Liam and Connor are doing quite well actually. So is Mr. Rage behind these guys. They've been on their wet tyres for 18 laps. Half of the pack did box. Sean Larry's gone round there. I don't know if he'll be in the wall. These guys are a bit too far back. No, he's still going round, so that's okay. Connor won't be close enough here. Jensen's going to make a move now. He's going to push Connor right into the corner as well. Very, very good driving between these guys. Physico's just picked up another 3-second time penalty, so I think he's trying to hold on to the back of Cameron here as much as he can, but he's picking up time penalties, trying to do it. Jensen couldn't make a move on Connor there, which has allowed Mr. Rage to actually catch up. He's just took 7/10 out of them on that. Cameron is right behind these as well. Physico is closing in on these. He's literally right behind him anyway. Macho's the only one. He just lost a bit of time when he spun. I think his tyres won't be brilliant anyway. That's why there's a gap back to these guys. Oh, someone looked like they were making a move there. Cameron, he dived on the inside. He's going to go around the outside. He's going to make it quite hard. He looks like he had a bit more traction there as well. He's going to make the move stick, because he'll have the inside for the whole corner and the next one. That was a great move there from Cameron to get past Mr. Rage there. He'll want to try and catch back up to these guys in front as quick as possible and keep the gap. Wait for a mistake or anything from one of these guys. You can see 70% ERS. Jensen not going to make a move again. He's not close enough. Even that 15 lap gap on those tyres, and he can't push down that straight. There's a yellow flag sector 3. Possibly Matman trying to get into the pit there, and he's annihilated the pit, almost like me, but he hasn't lost his will. There is a safety car, which means that will these ones box now? I don't know, because they're so close. Would they box? I mean, if they were trying to drag them out to inters, and it's not exactly into weather out there yet, so Nick's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. We'll flip to penalties while we're back on a safety car. I believe these 5 seconds will come off of Cameron and Physico. I believe they were, because they overtook Macho, but he spun. What are these guys going to do? Surely they can't box here because they'll be at the back of the field. With 13 laps left. Nick's down in sector 1 still. He'll pass the safety car, but I don't think... All three of them stayed out. See how Macho's gone. He's staying out as well. Oh, excuse me. Macho's staying out as well. Maybe they are going to the end. Savage. See if anyone near the back boxes cheekily just to get... I know they're on 5, 6 lap old tyres, but might have just done a cheeky box. I know Nick hasn't done it, but Nick's too far back. So we'll probably have the safety car out again for another at least 2-3 laps. Does give Nick a chance to catch up. I think Lewis has just gone round actually. Lewis is just going round on the grass, so he finds himself back in 16th now. He lost out in a few places there. Some of these guys not liking this rain. It's very slippery. Even some of the faster part, like Smalley, we've seen him go round today. We've seen a couple of others as well. Pelly's doing alright up in 11th. We'll see the position change. Clarkie's doing very well at the moment. He's up 10. Liam's up 7 but hasn't boxed. Connor's up 1 but hasn't boxed. Jensen has boxed. So is Cameron. Mr. Rage hasn't boxed. He's up 4. Physico's doing well. He's up 4 as well. Macho, I don't know. He just doesn't look like he's got the full pace there today. Just the traction coming out of corners is just slowing him down slightly. Clarkie's doing alright though. He's found himself up in 8th at the moment, up 10 places. Charlie's up 3. He's still doing very well. 11 laps to go, mate. You should be alright, especially with this rain. New Charlie, right behind the original Charlie. In fact, Charlie's just let Charlie pass. No, he's letting back pass, that's right. New Charlie's up 9 actually. He started 19th, he's up to 10th. But he's doing alright in 11th, he's up 4. JN-Tex is doing very well as well. He started last, so he's up 8 into 12th. MedTC, he's had incidences today. Like I said, Smalley's going around. Kristaps is also going around today, I believe. Nick has, and so's Lewis and Sean Larry, so... But they're all still with the pack because obviously these last 2 safety cars have really bunched people together, apart from Nick, who's just trying to catch up really, but I think there will be one more lap of safety car. Try and... predictions. I guess there's 10 laps left, so yes, Rob, maybe these guys are going to the end. I think they will be from here. I can't see them boxing now if the other guys aren't going to. If it's not drying up, these guys have got to go to the end now. Adam's not here with me to do predictions, so I'll just throw it out there to anyone who's listening. Predictions for the top 3 anyway. Obviously Liam, Connor and Mr. Rage are all on 22 lap old wets. So's Macho. Everyone else is on 7 to 9. Basically 7 to 8 laps. We are going to have another lap of safety car as well. So we'll have 9 laps of racing. Nick's actually caught up as well. I didn't think he would, but he's done very well to catch up. Safety car will come in next lap. Hopefully we won't have any more. But it has definitely made the end of the race a bit more exciting because there was a gap forming between a few of these, but everyone will now be bunched up. These guys are going to be alright for fuel as well. It'll give them a bit more traction, a bit heavier now. Some of these might have underfueled, smart people. Nick's now fully caught up, I believe, or he almost had. Oh, Sean Larry was that far back as well, so he's caught up. Nick will be catching up this lap. Yeah, they're going to have to. Like I said, if it ain't drying up, I mean, even 9 laps, even if it does dry up in the next 5 or 6, you can't flick Inters on for 3 laps and think you're going to make up that time. Possibly. You can't. 26, 7-second pit stop. See, Mr. Raid is trying to kill his fuel. Safety car will be in this lap, so we will have 9. We'll see how Macho gets on as well, because after he went round, his tyres are just so old. I don't know if he'll get past Physico. He's done very well, actually. He's up into 6th. See when Liam goes. It's his 2nd attempt at this anyway. He did alright last time after Macho did, but Connor will be closer this time. He gave himself half a corner, so I think he might have had a bad exit. Cameron's had a brilliant exit out there compared to Jensen. They're going to be side by side going into turn 1. MedTC's had an issue down in 16th. Connor had to go on that curb. He slightly remember. I don't know if Jensen's going to... Oh, Cameron's made a brilliant move around the outside of Jensen there, and he's going to have Connor going up the hill as well. Oh, Connor and Cameron have just gone sideways. It didn't even look like they'd touched on my screen. I have no idea what's just happened there. That could be the ridiculously bad physics of this game, because on my screen it didn't look like they'd made any contact, and then they both just split parts like a sea for Jensen to drive through. I don't think either of them are actually out, but there is a yellow flag. Cameron's missing an end plate anyway. The Jantex just had a slight issue there. I'm not sure, but where is Connor's behind Cameron now? I don't know if he's lost. Yeah, he's lost an end plate as well. So they both just had... I have no idea. It just looked really bad from the game there. But it was lucky, I think, that they parted ways there, because if Jensen had hit one of them, I think we would have had a massive pile-up. That wouldn't have been great. Liam's doing brilliant, though, at the moment. He's on 25 now, lap-old wets, and he's not exactly losing any time to Jensen here. They've pulled away from Mr. Rave, who's doing absolutely brilliant on his. There's a yellow flag, sector 3. That is Connor. He's going around again. His tyres are completely gone. Cameron's retired. I believe that's in the pit. That's so unfortunate, because he was doing very well. Yeah, he done a brilliant move on Jensen around the outside of that hairpin, and not the hairpin, around the outside of turn 2. I believe Connor may even go into the pit and do the same as Cameron. Yeah, he has. That's a real shame. Cameron and Connor retiring there. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. That's the pit, though. Hopefully that doesn't change much of the race, which it won't. We've got green flags. No, I think it would just be if Liam's tyres can hold out against Jensen's, as well as Mr. Rage on Physico. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. That is Meds. He's round, but he's still going. Liam's defending very early there. I think Jensen might actually have him here. Jensen's going to go alongside him into turn 1. Room's there from both of them. Jensen's going to have to go around the outside. He'll have the inside into turns 4. He's made it stick as well. I don't know if Liam can get him back going down the hill. But now that Jensen's passed, I think that gap of tyres will come into play. 15 lap difference, 26 to 11. It's got to come into play at some point. Liam will be happy that he's got Mr. Rage though behind him on the same tyre life, so he's got that little buffer where he knows he can definitely get a very good second here. I know he want to push for first. Macho's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. That might... It won't do anything to the front three at the moment because they're all okay. It depends on if one of them pick up a time penalty going into these last 7 laps. Physico's on 6 seconds actually, not 11, so he'll drop down behind Macho. Mr. Rage is doing alright though, he's still keeping within the second and a half to these front guys. Liam's lost a bit of time off Jensen. Jensen's just put up a 1:26.5. That is... Instead of 1:26.5, it says 1:29.5 up there, so 1:29.5 probably. Clarkie's just picked up another 3-second time penalty, so that's really going to damage the he's going to go and try and go around the... He'll have to go around the outside of Macho here. He's broken a bit later. It's good racing from these two. Is Macho going to be able to hold the inside though? No, he's not, so he's had to give up the position. Nick just picked up a 3-second time penalty as well. I don't know, Macho's just struggled slightly in the rain. He's doing alright though. Clarkie he's had a brilliant race, but I just think his time penalties in 9 seconds might just hurt him a bit here because there's such a train behind him at the moment. Sean Larry's just picked up another 3 seconds, so he's on 6. Ooh, Charlie's looking at Macho here. He's going to have the inside, but it should be right for the next corner. The other Charlie's doing not too bad. He's up into 8th now. Jensen's just put up a 1:29.2, so he's just flying away. He's just picked up another half second off Liam in that lap, so I don't know if Physico he's got that 6-second penalty. I believe Mr. Rage could actually get a podium here. He'll get 3rd place if he can just hold on, because everyone behind him has got 6 seconds 9, then 3, so all the way back to 10th place with 4 laps. It doesn't look like people are being able to overtake very easily here at all. Trying to find battles everywhere, but overtakes, it's a different thing. You've literally got cars 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 all in the line. Jensen's just got a 3-second time penalty. Wow. Thank you, Rob. I did miss that. He's going to have to... He is pushing. He is definitely pushing. He's got a 2-second gap. He only needs to find one more. He's got 4 laps to do it. Clarkie's picked up another 3-second time penalty. To be on 12 seconds in 5th, that he's gonna drop pretty heavy, I think. I'll work out Physico's after. Jensen's just put up a 1:28.9, so he's just taken another 4 or 5 tenths out of his last lap. He's just taken another 4 tenths out of Liam as well, so he's got 3 laps to try and get 6 tenths here. Nick's just picked up a 3-second time penalty, and there's a yellow flag in sector 3. That might be Nick. Nick is round, but he's still going. So it looks like he'll be okay. There will not be any more safety cars, I now believe. There's 3 laps to go, so this will be it. We'll just have to see where everyone can fit in, but Mr. Rage is going to do bloody well tonight, I can tell you that. To still be on the same tyre, 29 laps old. 4 of them tried it. Cameron it wasn't the tyre that let Cameron down, so his probably would have lasted to the end. But Mr. Rage is doing a really good job of keeping these guys behind him. They just can't get close enough out of the corner to make a lunge after the straight. So Jensen only found about, he found about 2.5 tenths that lap. He only needs to find another 1.5. In fact, it's almost at 3 now, so I've got to say Charlie's done very, very well. I mean, he hasn't finished in the first 4 races we've had, including the sprints, so technically 5. But he's doing very well at the moment, back in 6th. I think his penalty should be alright. I only think he's got 3. Yeah, he hasn't got 3, so he'll definitely jump Fisico and Charlie if he can hold on to them. There's a yellow flag in sector 3 again, that would be Nick. Fisico just can't, like I said, he just can't get close enough to Rage, even with 15 lap newer tyres. He just can't get the pull out the corner to make a move. Smalley's right behind Pelly here. He's not done too bad. We haven't really seen Pelly today, but he's back in 9th. He's held the back of this kind of train we've got going. Oh, and Charlie had a little incident there. He's picked up a 3-second time penalty as well. Not that Charlie, the other one has. So Charlie's now picked up 3, so he needs to try and gain a second here over Macho. I know there's a lot of problem in front of him to try and gain that second, but he's got 2 laps to do it. Jensen is now 3.6 in front of Liam. Is Smalley close enough to Pelly to do anything? No, because they're coming through sector 3. Don't know if Charlie has an issue. He had a bad exit coming out of the last corner when we were on him. He's just had another one there. He just looks like he's got a bit of a lower wing than Pelly. Pelly can't do anything to get past him. He's going to try and make a move up the inside. Could Smalley capitalise on one of these? Smalley had to kind of break there, I think. I don't know now if Charlie has a bit of wing damage. It did look pretty fair though. It looks alright. He's still sticking on the back of those guys. Fisico's kind of moving away from range a bit, and the gaps are now starting to get a bit bigger than they were, especially back to Macho and Pelly here. So Smalley not having his penalty is okay for 1 car, but he might not be for 2. Charlie might have wing damage because he's just picked up a 3-second time penalty there for another corner cut, so 9 seconds is going to move him quite bad as well. If Charlie can find about 7 tenths, he'll cover Macho's time, finish in the top. He'll actually finish in the top 5. Zico does have only a 6-second time penalty. But Jensen, as we go on to the last lap actually, Jensen has got rid of that 3-second time penalty by quite a bit. His tyres have definitely come into play there, I think. Yellow flag sector 2, that's the car right in front. Med TC's gone around and had a crash. I think he's still going because he didn't, yeah, he is still going, he's just there. Clarkie's going to get stunned the most out of all this just because he's got that 12-second time penalty, and I believe they are all corner cuts. Med TC won't really matter about his 10-second one there because he's just gone round. But 33 laps with those guys on. I have to try and sort out driver of the day here. I think it's Jensen's going to win this comfortably, almost. Well, yeah, he is. if he can hold the last corner, he should be fine. I need to try and work out. Jensen's comfortably winning this anyway. Liam will bring it home in second. Mr. Rage has done very, very well today to finish third. And then Physico, we will try and work this out because he's going to have a few seconds taken off. Well, we'll just leave it as it is. Smalley will get 4th. Charlie will get 5th. Macho 6th. Kelly 7th. Physico 8th. Clarky 9th. Lewis 10th. JN Texas 11th. New Charlie is 12th. Chris Apps is 13th. Sean Larry is 14th. Nick 15th. And MedTC, well, they're just about to finish. MedTC 16th anyway. And Nick will... Charlie got a 20-second time penalty, but I believe that will probably come off. I wouldn't know what it's for unless he's... Yeah, I think a few of these may come off at the end. But at least we got that out the way. A very, very wet, horrible 33 laps of pure rain and wet tyres. We'll wait for Nick to pass the line anyway, but well done to Jensen, and especially the three guys who stayed out for the whole race on their wets. 2 of them will be coming into the chat as well. But apart from the lack of overtakes there was a nice train most times. Is that gonna... Yeah, I will let the stewards sort out the couple of 20-second time penalties that Charlie and Clarkey got. But Jensen got fastest lap. Driver of the day, I believe, the game. Gave it to someone. I will get the 3 who are at the front in. See how they felt it went for them. Adam usually does this, so give me 1 second, guys. Played. Liam, Jensen, and Mr. Rage. Can't add some players because of their settings. Someone can't be added because of their settings. Possibly Jensen's here, so it wasn't Jensen. Evening, Jensen.
Hello.
How are you, buddy?
Good.
Good. I don't know who didn't get the invite, but one of the people's settings was off, so they couldn't be added.
Did Adam not recover?
Adam hasn't recovered from Debden. No, I don't think he has. Not yet.
Oh, he's on.
And it wasn't Liam.
Rust, I think. He's just,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Do I need to add Rage?
I tried to add Rage. You can try and add him again, yeah.
Yeah, I'll...
And we'll start with him if he actually joins. Well done, Liam. Anyway, you did bloody well on those tyres.
No stops in the dream. Let's go.
Brilliant. Mr. Rage did well as well. We'll start with Mr. Rage. When that first safety car come out, were you going to the end on one set, or did that kind of help make the decision?
Smalley binning it and then being in front of me didn't help, because I didn't know whether he was going to pick for new wets.
New wets, yep.
So that basically made my decision of I have to go to the end. So because of that, I didn't pick.
There was only 4 of you who didn't. One of them went round on the restart as well, which helped you, I think.
Yeah.
But you did very well, even after the second safety car restart, you did very well to keep that gap to Physico. literally, he was on fresh tyres, yours was 15 lap older, and you were just
Yeah.
keeping that half a second gap. Did you think near the end of the race that he might be able to close the gap and pass you, or did you think they'd actually last as well as they did?
No, earlier in the race, I was battling Charlie, and every time he was like 4 tenths behind me, even on the main straight, if I used my ERS, they weren't overtaking. He wasn't overtaking on the main straight, so as long as I kept it clean around the corners, I was fine during the lap. So
Yeah, it looked like every time you got a better exit out of a corner, no one could overtake anyone if they got a better exit, not even down the
Yeah.
straight, the front straight. But no, well done for third anyway. You did very well to keep those tyres to the end. Very good in that league for you to finish third as well. Liam, you finished second. Very well done to you as well to keep those tyres going as long as you did. Did you feel you may have the win there?
No, I mean,
No. You think the tyres were going to go and Jensen was going to pass you eventually at some point?
I mean that's a given. Just yeah, I put zero effort in on. I didn't expect to be up here, so.
Well, no, you stayed out and you gained literally 10 places. Everyone in front of you boxed.
I mean, what's the point? I had nothing to lose at that time,
No.
so why should I take the safe route?
Well, yeah. No, that's exactly it. And I guess seeing Mr. Rage behind you stayed out as well, that kind of gave you a buffer to all of the guys who had pit behind.
I was under the impression that he actually pit.
Ah.
So I was, I was losing time to him because I was trying to maintain his tires, and I think he was pushing.
Brilliant. Oh, brilliant. No, it's great.
He did
though.
well though, Rage. So.
Yeah, he did to hold off the other guys as well, especially Cameron, and that's what I was going to come to Jensen for actually. But yeah, no, Liam, well done for second. It was a great race
Thank
on
you.
your part as well, and your two safety car restarts were very good because obviously no one could get near you, especially the first one. I think you pulled a second. Both of you guys at the front pulled a second within more or less that straight. So, very well
I
done
mean,
to
I
you guys.
lacked downforce, so there's that factor.
It looked like,
to
yeah,
play
literally everyone who got a better, like I said, if you got a better X out the corner, there's no getting past. There was just a
Oh yeah, I
train
mean,
of
like,
most cars.
it's dead near impossible to overtake and spin. Anyways.
Yeah. Right, Jensen.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Where should I start? Quali. Brilliant lap. Absolutely smashed the lap. You had a good start as well. How do you think the first stint went?
I mean, the first stints in the races you struggle, to be fair, compared to like the rest of the race. But to be fair, it went pretty good. Got the gap. I don't know what happened behind me. Like everyone just dropped off. Me and Cameron got the gap, and then a safety car came out.
Well, I saw that Macho was in third or fourth, and when
It was
Cameron
probably a
got
roadblock,
past
I
him,
think.
he slowed down.
Yeah,
He didn't slow down. I don't think he slowed down on purpose. The whole race, he looked like he was literally struggling with traction in the rain. Even nearer to the end, when he was battling for position, he just looked like he was struggling for traction. But I think it did help Cameron. I was going to say actually on the incident with Cameron and Connor just after the safety car restart. Did you feel like you were going to get pulled into that? Because on my screen it didn't literally look like they made any contact at all, and they just
Well, I
literally
was a bit
parted
annoyed.
ways.
Like off the restart, the second restart was a bit annoying.
Connor was
Because I
side
got
by side with you.
massive
wasn't
loss of traction, and then Cameron managed to get
Cameron,
alongside
yes.
on the outside, which I managed to just hold off, but then he got the switchback and went on the outside of me. But yeah, he went up the inside with Connor. They went side by side. I think Connor oversteered, Pretty sure he said it in the chat as well, the Uvas did, and Clive Cameron. But at that point, I was happy because I've had a clear run at Liam. And yeah, the first safety car, I didn't expect to come out behind the guys. I thought I had the gap, or I thought the guys would pit as well, but no. So I thought I lost that race. But it was just unfortunate.
Were you worried when you picked up your 3-second time penalty?
A little bit.
I think you had about 8.
I just got the head down. I got the head down. I knew I
Yeah.
had the pace advantage, so I just tried cracking the laps to try and get the gap. And of course, Liam's tyres were going right to the cliff. So
Thanks.
yeah, it was a little bit easier, but yeah, I was just in a different zone in the last stint. So
Yeah, no,
could
you did very well to
definitely take
pass him. It wasn't easy to
even
pass
though I got a
him,
penalty,
people.
I still
Yeah.
got fastest laps, so it makes up for it.
Yeah, no, you did very well. So congratulations on winning tonight, Jensen. That keeps your podium every race you've been on the podium. So congratulations. Driver of the day.
Tie it between me and Rage. Go on.
It's got to be. It has to be because you would. I mean, you both stayed out. You did 33 laps on wet. So yeah, you can. I'll split it between both of you guys. You can have 1 point each. And I'm not actually sure who the game gave it to. So it's something that Jensen will have to look at.
I swear it was Charlie, no?
It could have been Charlie. He moved up a lot of places. Him and the other Charlie, the new Charlie, they both got 20-second time penalties for something at the end.
Be
So,
solid.
yeah. But, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and congratulations to you 3 for getting your podiums tonight.
Driver of the day.
Driver of the day. From the game, I think it was Charlie. From me, it's both 1 point to Rage, 1 point to Liam. Just for their
Just
stint
checking
on the
rating.
wet tyres.
I'm just checking on my stream if who the driver of the day was.
I'll do it while we're on here then.
Oh, it was a Williams. Oh no, it was Giantex.
Oh, it's Jantex then, who got driver of the day from the game. Right, so that's it. And I believe Chris and Jensen will be here tomorrow to do the HOR realistic or OTL realistic race that we do, and that will be at 7:30. Thanks for watching tonight, guys, and I will see you next week.